Hello, hello. We are back again. I'm sure you love seeing our face. I am Bryant,
I'm Erin.
and we are here today to talk to you about surrounding yourself with greatness. And have we, in the past 20 years, been surrounded by greatness?
Not greatness. I would
No,
say good,
good.
fair,
hmm
successful.
Some better than us.
Absolutely.
Um, Definitely some teams that are better than our team,
For sure.
and that's good to have some good, healthy competition.
Absolutely.
Have we ever seen, now that we've seen greatness,
Yeah.
have we
Never.
ever seen greatness?
No, we have never been
No,
surrounded by this ever.
never. Um, so we want to really put into perspective. We did switch companies where our team is over with EXP. Erin runs the production side of the business. She is the licensed agent. And we have team members, some amazing team members um, that are going to take our business to the next level. But we don't know what that next level is before we got here.
Correct.
And the teams that are here are so many levels beyond us
Mm-hmm.
that it's nice because you have a good, I don't know, 15 of them to bounce ideas off of and that have laid out their entire plan
Right.
step by step by step, and handed it over to you.
Right.
Because why?
Because they're being compensated.
They're being compensated for it. It's as simple as that. You know, compensation drives behavior. That's what Jay Kinder always says, and is absolutely true. And that can be for good and bad, but in this case, it's for the good.
It's for very good.
So that being said, we have been around teams that give us some good competition, but we have not been around teams that are this amazing.
Right.
And we definitely have not been around teams this amazing that would instantly jump on the phone with us in
Yeah, definitely not.
10 minutes.
Definitely
easily.
Not making them bad people. It's just not being compensated,
Nope.
and there's
No
competition.
reason for them to talk to us and
Right.
help us with our business.
Right.
Whereas this group, which is a true mastermind group, is compensated, and we work together. It really is one big fire, and it's an amazing thing when you essentially all you're doing is taking a giant group of agents and going like, we're going to build something awesome,
Right.
that cannot be competed with in today's, with today's companies.
Right.
They can't compete with it.
Right.
Because they can't afford it. They would go bankrupt. They would bankrupt the company doing the things that this company does.
Right.
So it's a cloud-based company. There are offices galore, but it is not built on that traditional franchise. Let's open an office and fill this office.
Absolutely.
It's a totally different system, and it is amazing to be a part of. But what makes it special is the mastermind group that we're in and the people that we're surrounded by. And what do people always say is what? See if you remember that.
Oh, let's see. About the
I
collaborating.
wrote it so you can cheat.
Okay. Oh, yes. Surrounding yourself.
No.
Oh, no. Sorry. I messed up. I messed it up.
Cut. Take 2, take 3, take 4. No.
Okay.
You know this once you say it. It's just this line.
Oh, yes. Environment stronger than willpower.
Yes.
Sorry.
And that is absolutely 100% true. Your environment will dictate what you do. You are the product of your collection of your fewest friends.
Right.
The people that you surround yourself with.
The 5 most influential people around you or something like that.
And that is the exact same with business.
Yes.
And we have not been surrounded by what we're surrounded by now.
Right.
Not even close. So I want to raffle off some. This is what we heard on a one of the meetings and things that we do inside the group the other day from Daniel Beer. And he didn't put himself on there because he's a humble guy. He's not going to sit there and put his own numbers out there, but he is the top. So,
and
I will go ahead and put him on there.
Crazy heavy hitter. Jeez.
So here's some things to wrap your brain around. 336 million Daniel Beer, 193 million Jennifer Weiner. 260 million Kyle Whistle. 180 million Mark Z. 140 million Dave DeVoe. 123 million Brett Sikora. 115 million Tina Call. 179 million Julie DeRoche. 132 million David Brooks. 100 million Veronica Figueroa. 174 million Ryan Tolson. 184 million Jason Harris. And 37 million Melton team. Aaron Melton.
Yay.
So these are their teams. This is not, nobody's going to sell 336 million on their own. Their teams are scaled. They obviously, the ones that sell more have more team members, but you've got to be able to scale that business, and got to be able to have control of your entire team and be able to train your entire team and be able to offer the resources to your entire team
Absolutely.
to be able to run it. And if you don't know how to do that, you're pretty much just going to get yourself overextended, like we have several times,
Right.
and have to start all over again when you have team members that leave.
Yeah.
And that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
And it feels pretty good.
It feels really good.
If our team members left, we would still have financial interest in their success.
Right.
That's pretty awesome.
It's an amazing thing.
And if they left, even if they didn't leave, they have the ability, and this is something that we never, ever, 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 ever could offer, is they have the ability to not match,
But far surpass.
but far surpass you. If they're more talented than you, they can be on your team and far surpass you in income. That has never been on the table for teams.
Right.
It always is. You can get up to a certain thing, and we might adjust your team split so that you make more
Of course.
money than you did, but you'll never leapfrog the leader of the team.
And it's okay because it takes that competition or that whatever out of it. And you want them to succeed and go as far as
Right.
they possibly can.
Yeah. And teams, that is a big team problem. And a lot of teams won't admit this is a problem, but it is a problem. And we've seen it on every single team we've been around.
Sure.
Every person that I just named on that list has seen it.
Yeah.
And that's why they also love this platform, is they don't have to watch that happen anymore.
Right. Right.
And it is called, you bring somebody in, you pour your heart and soul into them, you train them, you help them on a every sale basis, you try to motivate them, you do everything that you can to help them succeed. And when they feel, you watch them grow tremendously. And when they get to a point where they're like, I think I got this, they leave. And it's called more power to them. Like, you would expect the same, because we've done the same thing. It's like when you outgrow something and you have all the tools and resources necessary, why are you going to stay? It's a natural progression to take the next step.
Right.
And that is a tough thing to do, though, as a team leader, is watch your top producer, and that's the ones that leave.
Right.
You wish that, like, the ones at the bottom would leave. Sometimes you have to get rid of them. But the ones at the top, you don't ever want to see them leave.
No.
But they always do.
But they always do.
There is no amount of compensation that you can give them unless it exceeds yours.
Right.
And that's never been an option. And now it is.
And that's a pretty cool thing.
It's a pretty cool thing.
That's a good thing for everyone involved.
And so this group and these people that I just read off of the list that I have, with that, and I like the numbers, you get overwhelmed by them and you don't want to hear all of that.
Right.
But it is exciting for me because it takes a lot to get to those. It's all of the things behind the scenes that
Right.
you gravitate towards.
Mm-hmm.
But on this list is, the lowest one was like 100 million or something like that. From the 20-ish million range to the 100 million range
Mm-hmm.
in our group
Mm-hmm.
is a good 100 to 300 people probably that are in that range.
And
That's also something that if you took out all the top people, that you would never, ever, ever see in a group that is this well run and that meets several times a day and interacts with each other several times a day.
Yeah.
And has formal get-togethers and meetings and trainings and everything 3,
Right.
4 days a week.
Right.
You're never going to see it.
Right.
You'll never see it again. This is a special, special situation that we're in, and tell them a little bit about the actual people, not the numbers.
Right. What it kind of feels like.
Yes.
I would say that what this has kind of felt like, and I was actually talking to someone recently about that, and I had this kind of light bulb go off, that it feels almost like um, what I would think would be like if you came from old money
Hmm.
and you are naturally born into this family, and you're just going to rub shoulders and elbows with people in Ivy League schools and all these different things throughout your entire life.
Right.
And so you're going to have these opportunities presented to you.
Which is not a normal.
That's
Is
not
normal for them,
maybe, but
but
yeah,
it's not
but not
normal
normal
for
for
us.
us. We're normal people.
Yeah.
And I think that has been the coolest thing is these numbers are really intimidating.
Mhm.
And I look at that and I'm just like, I just can't even fathom.
Right.
But then actually getting to know these people and having them actually reach out to you if you posted a question or a concern, because all of a sudden you're seeing like, hey, I can be like open
Mhm.
with people because we all really are. It does seem like everyone's kind of working together and not going to be like, oh, you stupid idiot.
Right.
And they're reaching out to you and talking to you and then getting to know them either at, a quarterly mastermind
Mhm.
or doing a Q&A with them in one of their sessions that they put on, something like that. And these are actually like real, relatable, genuine people that come from similar backgrounds from you. And they're just normal agents that came in
That
and
started the same as everybody else, which
Exactly.
is with what? One sale.
right.
Everybody has their first sale.
Everybody starts there, but they're not coming in with old money. They're not coming in with all these opportunities that would be presented to them. They have truly worked themselves from the very start and bottom of very humble beginnings
Yep.
on up. And also in like markets that aren't like, oh, well, they're from so and so.
Right.
Oh, they're from here,
Yes.
they're here. Of course,
There's a handful of people
Of
that it's like,
course.
oh, they're from San Diego. And it's like, well, of
Well,
course,
okay.
everything's $4 million.
right. Whereas someone's from Northern Virginia
Right.
or DC or
But
something
there's
like that.
plenty of people that
that are
like their
from-
average sale price is 180,000.
Right. And I know that we're in our market is definitely far beyond that.
Right.
So that's amazing to look at that. And these are just really genuine, normal, wonderful people.
That are at step 22.
Exactly.
And we're at step 6.
Exactly. But
And that's okay.
That's okay.
Because now we know step 7, step 8, step 9, step 10.
No, really. Hallelujah. Finally. And I don't think I ever had, I never had any idea that we'd ever be to that spot or be in this exclusive group that isn't.
That all their secrets are poured out on the table.
Right.
That it's like all of these people basically came into a room. It's a group, but came into a place to do it. And went, this is what I've done. This is all the mistakes I've made.
Right.
This is all of the successes I've had. There you go.
And you're like, oh.
And like, this is everything? Like, this is everything.
This is everything.
Good, the bad, the ugly.
Right. And if they update or they change things like, the pandemic, that's kind of changed what we're doing. And they'll do like another amazing like live podcast and tell you all the stuff you're doing. You're like, oh my gosh.
And it's not that each one of them came up with a brilliant solution.
No.
It's called they've also surrounded themselves with amazing people throughout their careers.
Right.
But they've had to pay $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year to do that. We don't pay anything.
No. And we are welcomed with open arms. I feel like you're a wedding crasher. Like
that's pretty much what it feels like. It feels like you're on Wedding Crashers and you're crashing the wedding.
Right. And they're like,
somebody's like, you want some champagne? Like, I hope this is really good champagne.
Exactly. But the thing is, it's so approachable.
They're not those kind of people.
No,
they're not.
And that's what's been really for me.
Mm-hmm. But they've figured out how to make that kind of money.
They have.
That's a big difference.
That is a big difference. And that's pretty amazing right there.
And it doesn't matter what industry you're in.
Right.
You tell me an industry where you get that. You can do it for once. Oh, man. We're lost for a second.
We're back.
We're back. You can do it once and like get everybody together for like a retreat sort of thing or a conference or
Right.
whatever in Las Vegas.
Right.
You're not going to talk to those people. If you do, it's going to be for like 5 seconds
Right.
and you're going to ooh and ah over them. We've sat down with them for several days already.
Right.
Um,
And made plans to
we've
like
had
quarterly
long
sit down with
phone
them.
conversations with them.
Yes.
We have had chats and back and forths and all sorts of things in Facebook with them.
And this isn't because these people aren't busy or
Right,
doing a lot of
right.
things, but
These
still
are
there's,
these are 2020 numbers.
I know,
You
chump
know?
change.
They're still doing the same thing and they want to do more in 2021.
Crazy people.
And in the group, that's the thing, is having that many people. What other group could you ever dream of that can go, we're going to take a section and we have the funds to do it, plenty, and we're going to do a test of this new system that's out or whatever and see if this works. We think this is going to be good. And they test the whole thing in a whole bunch of different markets
Right.
for nothing. And you get to see the results of it.
Yes.
And then do it if it worked. Don't do it if it doesn't.
Right.
And same with them. Where have you ever seen anything like that?
Nowhere.
Absolutely nowhere.
Definitely not in real estate.
You would never see it because, one, you couldn't pay those people enough to come in and share all their
Right.
secrets.
Nor does anyone want to come in and tell you
Why
how
would they
they
want to?
they failed.
Yeah. You know? But here, it doesn't matter because everybody is essentially the same and we're all on the same path.
Right.
We're just at different steps. That's it.
It's brilliant.
It is brilliant. It is a brilliant system. It is the future. I hope they come up with something better. That's what the whole world is about.
Right.
Is coming up with something better. I mean, we have an amazing car that drives itself basically.
Right.
But I hope they come up with something better.
We know that there's going
The
to be
hover car's got to be here.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be here already.
Doggone it, where's that? Not
We're
flying
supposed to have
yet.
hover skateboards already and like all this stuff. I'm sick of it waiting.
Still, but it's like, there's something that's
There's
really
always
amazing
going
now.
to be something better.
I think the really cool thing about it, particularly with this, is that finally you feel like you're not in a spot that if there's something new that comes out or something that's better or you've gotten used to something, that you aren't automatically overwhelmed by, I finally mastered this. What if this goes away? What am I going to do? It kind of takes that out of it because you've got all of these people that are truly masterminding and all the synergy together, and everyone's being indirectly compensated to build everybody up because we all succeed that way. You're not afraid of that because you're surrounded by people. It is your who, not how. Like you don't have to. It's not all on you every year to figure out exactly what to do.
And if you ever want to, the salesperson will tell you how good their service is and how many leads you're going to get. And it's like, you don't want more leads? And it's like, well, I do. I mean, everybody does.
Of course.
And it's like, well, we're going to give you more leads. We'll give you up to 20 leads. I mean, whatever. And it's like, they're going to tell you whatever their best people are doing. I want to know what the idiots are doing.
Right. The hard workers,
yes.
but
I want to know if John Bumpkin Realtor can walk in and do it.
Because right. If he can,
then basically
we know,
anybody, then
we can definitely do that.
Right. But if you tell me like, you have a pretty good singing voice.
Right.
You could be just like, name someone.
Beyonce.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be Beyonce.
Right. So it's like to go like, oh, I'm going to, it's like, this is not relatable.
Never
this
going
is
to happen.
Just, no.
So it doesn't even matter what my voice is like.
Right.
Again, I want to know what Sherry down the street,
what she can do.
And if it's something amazing, then it's like, okay, I can do that. I can put on a wig and be just like Sherry. Those are the things that you don't get just being around your peers.
Right.
You're not going to get it. You're never going to get it.
Mm-mm.
You will never see something like this again. There hopefully is something better that maybe it is better than this. So I won't say never.
Right.
But it has never been done. It's never been done on this level. Um, I would like to have one person sit down with me and go, "Oh, the people that I network with
Right.
and that we're building our business
Mhm.
modeled after
Mhm.
make those numbers. Even 3 of them.
Mhm.
Show me 3." They're not gonna show you 3. They can't show you 3. They don't have 3. We have 20 and a
It's
couple hundred others that are still ahead of us
Mhm.
to learn from.
It's crazy.
And we're gonna also get to that level and teach the people behind our team to get to that level. It's one big fire,
One big fire.
and it's an amazing and we've had an amazing ride so far, and I cannot wait now for every day to come and wake the frick up and, like, get going.
Right, right.
You know?
There's something new
Yeah,
to do.
there always is. It's an amazing ride, so that's all I gotta say about that. That's it. That's all you get. Like and subscribe or whatever it is
Right.
supposed to say. Yeah.